guys.
Hi guys, this is hashtag Shaka Khaled Style. As you know, we're just jumping on another stream where we have to preview the derby, the very big derby tomorrow, Manchester United versus Manchester City. We have Brandon here. He has his own YouTube channel for the fans. He's a very big Manchester United supporter. Brandon, hi man, how are you?
How's it, bro? Thank you for having me. I'm well, thanks. I can't wait for the derby tomorrow. Exciting game. Can't wait.
Cool, man. Listen, I wanted to ask you a few questions. The last few games, you could say 3 to 4 games, Manchester United has really been underperforming in terms of the performances hasn't been up to scratch. The results hasn't been up to scratch. What would you say would be the culminative factors to that drop in form for Manchester United?
The cumulative factor, the main factor, the principal factor is Oli. That's the main factor. If you go on my YouTube channel and all my videos, I tell the people that watch me, I tell them, okay, we can beat even when we win. I tell them, don't get too gassed. Don't get over your head. Let's look at the performance. A performance is greater than the results. That's why when you look at Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp, they take more pleasure in the performance. If their team wins 1-0, 2-1, but if the performance was atrocious, they'll tell you they're not happy because the performance is key of the results that are to come. And with United, these are the performances that we give out. The only difference is now we drop in points. Whereas earlier on in the season and December time, we were winning. But these were the same performances that you were seeing. We can't play football. We don't know what to do when the ball is at our feet. Whereas versus now, when you see Arteta, what he's doing at Arsenal, you can see what they are trying. You can see, okay, they're trying to play football. They're trying to play out from the back. They're trying to create patterns, albeit it's not clear patterns. It's not proper triangles that they're making on the pitch. But he is trying. He's trying. With Oli, we're not even trying because he doesn't know how to coach it. So these results that we are getting now, it's been coming. It's been coming as quick as we went first place on the log. That's how quick we are falling. Because we don't have a system, we don't have a style of play. Everything is individual brilliance. Bruno is our catalyst. Bruno is our main man. And when Bruno is not performing, United are not performing. It should never be like that. Look at Manchester City. Manchester City right now, they are the example of how you run a football club and how you play football. Manchester City, from the turn of the year, have been without Kevin De Bruyne. Without Kevin De Bruyne, they went 10 points clear on top of the log. Without Kevin De Bruyne, they've been playing fantastic football without Kevin De Bruyne. Because your team, it doesn't matter if you take out one player or if you put another player. Your team's philosophy, the principles of play still need to be there. Yes, if you take out certain individuals, there may be a drop in quality, obviously, because the individual contributes to the quality. But you should never go away from your principles of play. You should never go away from your system. And that's what you see at United because we don't have a style of play. Individual brilliance is carrying us. So when Bruno don't perform, United don't perform.
And that is really worrying because ever since Bruno came into the fore, he's been playing every single game. And that is a worrying factor, seeing that Manchester United is a big club, man. They can't be depending on one player. So why hasn't players like Rashford, players like Martial, players like I won't say Greenwood, Pogba, for instance, why aren't they that catalyst? Why aren't they that players that Manchester United can't do without? Why Bruno? He's been here for a year and he's already running the show. Just showing at which level Manchester United really was. Because a guy like Bruno, yeah, I agree. Brandon, he's special. He is really special. He's a special guy. He's in top form. His stats rank with the best in the world currently. So what do you say? What should Oli do at this point of time? Should he give Donny van der Beek the chance and rotate between him and Bruno? Do you think Donny van der Beek has that quality and capability yet?
Donny is a very different player to Bruno. Donny is an all-round midfielder. Donny can play in the 6, the 8, and the 10. Bruno is not that. Donny is a much better player in possession, meaning he keeps the ball better, he moves the ball better. He understands football better because he comes from Ajax. Ajax are the best academy when it comes to football, playing football. And he's Dutch. I mean, the Dutch created, football. Johan Cruyff, you talk about Johan Cruyff, beautiful football. He created Barcelona, put them where they are. So, but Donny doesn't have the output that Bruno has. No player in Europe in that position, number 10 position, no player in Europe has the output that Bruno has. Bruno, these are the performances that, as I'm saying, United don't perform well, but we get the results. And the fans go off their head. And if you don't watch United, if someone doesn't watch United and you look at the statistics, you'll think United are a good team. But we are not. If you watch a 90-minute game, you'll see that we don't have the basics of football. We don't have style of play. We don't have a system. Everything is off the cuff. Same with Bruno Fernandes. You look at Bruno's statistics, and he's up there with the best in the world. Top 3 best in the world. But when you look at his performances, he's not that player. He's not that player. Bruno plays on the edge of games. You won't see Bruno the whole game. He misplaces a 5-yard pass. He'll misplace a 5-yard pass, and then moments later he scores a goal from out of the box. He plays on the edge of games. He symbolizes you what United are so much. So Donny van de Beek cannot bench Bruno. No ways. Donny is a better, I would say, footballer, meaning that with the ball, he moves the ball better, he understands the game better, but his output can't match Bruno. So I think Oli needs to try and bring Donny in, but not at the expense of Bruno. Oli needs to bring Donny in and play next to Pogba. Now, going back to you also suggested Pogba. That's my main player. Paul Pogba is one of the best midfielders in the world. And the reason why you're getting an output from Bruno, and it almost looks like Pogba's output, yes, his output is not that, it's because Pogba's playing out of position. Pogba's playing as a CDM, and that's why I said in the Arsenal stream, I said that these are negative managers. You look at Arteta as well. Why are you playing with 2 holding midfielders? Against Burnley, you playing with 2 holding midfielders. Come on, you're kidding. Same with Oli. Oli plays Paul Pogba CDM. So Paul Pogba will never get the stats of Bruno when he's playing CDM. But Paul Pogba's performances from December, January, mid-February, he was our best player before he got injured. He was performing at a world-class level, a level that Bruno cannot get to. Bruno's stats suggest he's world-class, but his performances as a player, he's not. That's why Real Madrid and Barcelona did not come for Bruno. When Bruno was in Portugal, no top club wanted Bruno because they look at performances, and he's not performing well. He doesn't perform well. So that's the answer with Pogba. Pogba's playing out of position, so you're not going to get the best out of him. Whereas Bruno literally got a free role. Brother, I've seen Bruno Fernandes play on the left wing, the number 10, the right wing, and the number 9 position, all in the same game, all in the same half. So Bruno got a free role, so he can do whatever he wants.
Okay, cool, man. Let's head straight into the derby tomorrow. So it's Manchester United versus Manchester City. First versus which position are you now, man?
Second, bro.
Second. So you're still second. I thought you were going down the ranks because of those lot of draws and losers. Against Crystal Palace, you struggled. What would be the reasons for that?
Main reason, I say.
Sorry, Brandon.
Main reason.
Sorry, Brandon. And the second question, you've been struggling for goals also in these games because it's been 0-0 draws. So these past, if I can say 5 games, you've only scored like in 3 or 4 goals, except for the odd game against Southampton where you punished them. And you are coming up against a free scoring team in Manchester City, high flyers. How confident are you going into that game?
All right, so just to address the first part of the question about Crystal Palace and the recent results, the reason that we have been drawing games, and especially Crystal Palace, the performance, is, as I say, everything points back to this manager. How he set the team up against Palace. How do you play 2 holding midfielders against a Crystal Palace team that you know is parking the bus? You know Roy Hodgson, the manager of Crystal Palace, he parks the bus. Every small team, when they play United, they park the bus. So I don't understand playing 2 holding midfielders. That's what he done. He played 2 holding midfielders against Crystal Palace. I think he played Matic and Fred. That's criminal. That's criminal. You need to release one of them. You need to release Fred into the number 8 position and play next to Bruno Fernandes and let them both attack the box. And also let your fullbacks also go flying forward because Crystal Palace is parking the bus. These are the elementary, the basic, fundamental mistakes that this manager is making. He's a defensive manager, and people don't want to see that. He's a defensive manager. Any manager that's style of play is counter-attacking football, he's a defensive manager. Counter-attacking football is a defensive tactic. It's literally a defensive tactic. It's not front foot football. Counter-attack means that you surrender the possession, you surrender the ball, and you tell the team, attack us. And when they attack you and when they lose the ball, you attack them. That's negative football. But that's the football that this manager deploys. So one of the reasons we're not scoring goals is because of his negative tactics, because of the lack of system. We, as I said earlier, we rely on individual brilliance to score goals, to win games. Whereas if you rely on a system, the constant thing in football is a system. The system will never let you down. Players will let you down. Players, every single game you'll have a player that might let you down. A system will never let you down. That's why City are first, because City got a system. Last season, Liverpool were first, because Liverpool got a system. So we don't have a system, and that's what you are seeing. That the manager also, when things are not going our way in games, as things don't go people's ways during every game that they play, there's a couple of minutes that it won't go yours way, where another team will be attacking you and vice versa. Even Manchester City, as good as they are, there's certain moments in game, albeit maybe 10 minutes. 10 minutes in a game where they are sitting back. It's not going as they want it to be because you can't control a game from minute 1 to minute 90. In those moments, our manager don't contribute nothing. Our manager sits in his seat. He doesn't contribute. So, yeah. And then about the derby tomorrow, the derby, Manchester City, as you said, are free scoring. I don't think they will beat us a big score. I don't think it's going to be a 4. I don't think it'll be a 3. I think you're probably looking maybe a 2-0, a 2-1, a 2-0, something on those lines. Maybe a 3-1, maybe, but I don't think so.
Listen, Brandon, who would you like to see starting that game tomorrow?
Who would I? We've got some injuries. We've got some injury key players. Paul Pogba's out. Donny van der Beek, I think he picked up a little niggle. He for sure won't start. Even if he was fit, he wouldn't start. I would have liked to see him start, but he's not fit. Martial just came back from injury. So we've got a couple injuries. So the team lineup that I think he will put out, the reasonable lineup that he will put out will be at the back we'll play Henderson, Dean Henderson at keeper because David De Gea is still in Spain. He just got a newborn baby, so he's there with his girlfriend in Spain. So we play Dean Henderson as keeper, Wan-Bissaka right back. I would like to see Eric Bailly starting at centre back. I think Eric Bailly is a top class centre back, but our manager begs to differ. So he'll probably start Lindelof and Maguire, which those two centre backs, the partnership is the worst in the Premier League. They don't complement each other at all. They maximize each other's flaws and weaknesses. But that's the centre-back partnership that the manager will start. He'll start Harry Maguire, Lindelof, and left-back Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is one of the best left-backs in the Premier League right now, and even in Europe, he's one of the best left-backs. So he starts with that. The two in the midfield will be Scott McTominay and Fred. He won't play Matic. In the big games where we know we're not going to have the ball, only plays Fred and Scott McTominay to run around like headless chickens. So that's what they do. So he'll play those two. The number 10 will be Bruno, obviously. No one is benching Bruno. No one in Europe is benching Bruno. Bruno, number 10. The front is a bit of a conundrum. As I'm saying, Martial comes back. I do think Martial might start. But on the left wing will be Marcus Rashford. And then the other two positions, which are the right wing and the striker, it can be anything. I do think we will see Daniel James because Daniel James has picked up form, and this manager, he doesn't know what he's doing, so he'll pick Daniel James because he sees Daniel James picked up form. So I do think you'll see Daniel James on the right, and the striker can either be Edison Cavani, Greenwood, or Martial, one of those three. I don't think it'll be Cavani, and I wouldn't think it should be Cavani because the manager deploys a counter-attacking style of play when we play big teams. Cavani cannot counter-attack. He's old. He doesn't have that pace. So you're looking at the striker either being Greenwood or Martial. So that's the lineup that the manager will put out.
Okay, Brandon. Thank you very much, man. So what do you think would be your final scoreline?
I think it will be 2-1 to Manchester City. I think City will beat us. I don't think they're going to run us to the ground in terms of score. I think they're going to run us into the ground in terms of possession. Definitely, I think you're looking at possession like 60 to 70% in Manchester City's favor. Anything from 60 to 70% possession, that's what they're going to have. And also because we will willfully surrender the ball because we want to play on the counter-attack. So I do think also you'll see the golfing clause in the football aspect of it, how they move the ball, how they keep the ball, the one-touch play. You'll see a huge golfing clause, but I don't think you'll see a golfing clause in the scoreline. I could be wrong. It could be a thrashing and a hiding that we get because we are not on good form, but I don't think it will be there. I think you're looking at a 2-0 or a 2-1 to Manchester City.
Okay, cool, man. Listen, Brandon, thank you very much for that little analysis just on the game and that quick analysis. I know we've been talking a lot. You've been on it since a whole while. Listen, we'll catch up tomorrow, straight after the game for your player ratings. I can't wait to see you then, man. Any last words?
Thanks for having me on the live stream. Guys, there's my channel for the fans. Be sure to check it out. If you like what you see, like the video, subscribe. And yeah, let's see what tomorrow holds. I'm hoping that I'm wrong. I'm hoping United can get a victory. We don't need a draw. Look here. We don't need a draw. A draw suits Manchester City. A draw doesn't suit us because that gives Leicester and Chelsea ground to make up. We need a win. And if we don't get a win and if we get a draw, it's not good enough. So yeah, I hope I can be proved wrong. I hope it can be 2-1 to United. Let's see.
Listen, Brandon, thanks, man. It's been a pleasure having you. I hope we'll do more of this. I hope you'll invite me to your channel one day so we can discuss more things.
For sure.
This is Aztec Soccer Style signing out. Cool, bro.
Cheers. Bye.
Yes.